Elon Musk is having meltdown tantrums and we don't care. You know, this is the richest man in the nation, in the world, and here he is cutting off aid to the poorest people in the world, as well as the country. Here he is telling people you got to buck up and be prepared, while he's the richest man in the nation who doesn't have to do any of that. Here's a man who's telling people he can go into their personal financial data without any sort of repercussions. And the truth is, he eventually is going to go to jail. It's going to take time. But there's a Supreme Court ruling coming down where 14 states, Democratic, are trying to take him down. They're basically trying to remove his power from Trump. And it's in the Supreme Court, and it's looking like it could go our way because they're breaking constitutional law. For those of you who want to look at things negatively and say, well, it looks that way and you're being upbeat about it. No, I'm looking at the scorecard. There are 25 rulings that have happened, and 24 have been in our favor. Reversed trillions of dollars, have gotten thousands of jobs back. Now, does that mean there are going to continue to be job losses? Yes. This does not slow them down. Don't think this for 1 second. These wins are not going to slow them down. Remember, this is the same Trump that had 60 court records to try to reverse the election in 2020. There are going to be hundreds of court cases, hundreds. Listen, do you realize there's the states, 22 states in the union, Democratic, AGs and governors are suing. You have the ACLUs, the employee unions suing. You even had the American Bar Association suing, and they won. You have college students suing. You got individuals in class actions, like with Raskin, Representative Raskin suing. You got individuals suing. You even have Quakers suing. And this is all behind their private information, their private medical data, breaking constitutional law. You cannot just shut down a department when it's the legislative branch's part. And I know it feels very discouraging, given that the legislative branch on the GOP side laid down. But I'm so happy that MAGA is now speaking up to their reps, now that Medicaid's getting targeted, and they believe it. Even though we were telling them this for the last 5-6 months. Now that Social Security, veterans benefits, now that the Affordable Care Act, now that all of this is getting targeted, SNAP is getting targeted. You believe it now. Good. And they're ticked off at Elon, and Elon's like, well, dare they be mad at me? We should impeach judges. No, you can't, because they're following the law. You and Trump are not. But here's the difference, Elon. Trump may have the immunity of the presidency for now, but you do not. And he'll throw you under that bus. Just like the other guy that appeared in Time magazine and they said he was the manipulator of Trump. And he ended up going to jail. He would have been in jail to this day had Trump not pardoned him and become president. And that was Steve Bannon. You're on your way. But in the meanwhile, I think we got a good chance of winning that Supreme Court case. And I also think we have a very good chance of being able to fight back. Well, there's 2 Supreme Court cases. One about mass firings, and the other one is about firing a government official. And forgive me, I said Supreme Court, I meant federal court, lower court case for those 14 states. I mistakenly said that. 14 states are suing the Trump administration to limit Elon's power. And the judge is Judge Chuckins, the same judge for the insurrection, an Obama-appointed judge. These are the same people, DOJ, who told the judge that Elon's is not part of Doge, despite all the paperwork and documentation through the GOP Congress and the Trump administration saying it is. They lied in an affidavit. They're in trouble. They're going to jail too. I'll do another video about that, but they're going to jail too. We're winning. And he's upset, and he's having a tantrum and a meltdown, and there's nothing he can do. Nothing he can do. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me for more truth.